No one is really prepared for this reality. Not the fans, not the business analysts, not even his closest colleagues in the entertainment industry. While the world is still busy discussing Jungkook's future in his post-conscription music world, an unexpected news breaks, shattering all predictions ever made about him. Jungkook is not just resting. He's not just preparing a musical comeback. He is quietly building the mental strength for a move that could change the career history of a K-pop star, a massive property investment in Europe. Yeah, you heard right. Europe. The continent that has been felt far from the strategic path of Korean artists for property business affairs. But for Jungkook, those boundaries never seemed to really exist. He aimed for something bigger than just a mansion or a seaside villa. He designed an empire. This news was first leaked through an anonymous source who claimed to have direct access to Jungkook's personal plans. However, as often happens in the great stories of legends, small traces were scattered long before this information explosion. If we look closely, from his decision to vacate his old property in Itaewon, from cryptic posts about new horizons on his personal social media account, to his secret visits to several major cities in Europe before his enlistment, all of those puzzle pieces are now beginning to form a surprising picture. Jungkook is no longer just preparing to be a global idol, he is preparing to be a global power. Jungkook has been secretly meeting with several leading international property consultants since last year. Big names such as Knight Frank, Savills, and Sotheby's International Realty are said to be involved in secret talks that could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The target? Unmitigated, elite cities such as Paris, Milan, Barcelona, and even rare regions of Switzerland. More surprisingly, it's not just about buying a private home. There are whispers that Jungkook wants to develop a mixed property portfolio, luxury residential properties, boutique hotels, to ultra-premium co-working spaces that blend art, technology, and lifestyle, all curated with a strong brand identity, exclusive, visionary, and emotionally immersive. A close source even mentioned that the main reason Jungkook took his mental preparation so seriously was because he was aware that this was not just a financial transaction. It's about creating a legacy, about building something that will last longer than any fame, about leaving a trace that will not fade even when youth and popularity have passed. And here's the part that makes this news even more controversial. Some within the Korean entertainment industry are reportedly unhappy with this move. There were whispers that the big management felt threatened by Jungkook's independence. An industry analyst revealed, if Jungkook is successful in European properties, he will no longer rely on conventional music, agencies, or branding. He will become an independent business force. And it's changing the power dynamics in the industry. This is a devastating blow that many may never have anticipated. From leaked documents circulating, it appears that Jungkook has even set up his own legal structure to protect his investments, a holding company based in Luxembourg, a small country known as a global corporate haven. This step shows how serious and purposeful his vision is. The emotions of the army were mixed. Some cried with emotion, proud that their idols not only thought about the entertainment world, but also prepared a visionary future. Some were sad, fearing that the harsh and macho world of property would change the purity of the Jungkook figure they had known. Some have even begun to speculate further. Does this move mean that Jungkook will actually leave the music scene one day? But for Jungkook, it seems that this is not about leaving, but rather about developing, about not letting the world limit itself to just one role. Since her debut with BTS, she has always shown that she is more than just a singer or dancer. He is a visionary. He is the creator. He is a dreamer who is willing to bet on himself even when the rest of the world is in doubt. Behind all this, small clues are also hidden that make everything feel even more emotional. In his last interview before enlisting in the army, Jungkook said with a chuckle, "I wanted to build something that I could see and touch. Something real. Something I can pass on, maybe even, to people who have never met me." At that time, the phrase only sounded like a philosophical phrase. But now, everything is clearer. He's not kidding. Some insiders even claim that the project has a secret code name, Eden Project, a term that describes hope, new beginnings, and immortality. According to the leaks, the Eden Project is a 5-stage investment scheme that Jungkook will undertake over the next 10 years. With the target of building one of the most exclusive creative property networks in the world. One rumor is that in one of his properties, a historic chateau in France, there are secret passages and hidden rooms that have never been restored. If these rumors are true, then the Jungkook project is not only about property, but also the preservation of culture and history. A move that could give him status not just as a celebrity or investor, but as a protector of world heritage. Of course, a move of this magnitude is not risk-free. Fluctuations in global property markets, European political tensions, and changes in the economic climate can be major challenges. But from all the leaks circulating, one thing became clear: Jungkook knew the risks. And he's not afraid. In a world where many stars choose the safe path, Jungkook once again proves that he was not born to follow. He was born to lead, to dream bigger, to take a leap that others did not even dare to imagine. Is the world ready to see a K-pop idol become a European property magnate? Maybe not yet. But one thing is certain: Jungkook is ready. Although the news was doubted by many, it did not take long for the public to begin to feel the rumble of movement below the surface. One by one, the major European media began to report unusual activity in various sectors of real estate. In the elite corners of Paris, word spread that a mysterious figure had anonymously bid on a number of historic properties that usually only changed hands through noble bloodlines. A confidential report from Milan's property sector said an Asian client requested private access to view old villas in the Lake Como area, an area famously visited only by names like George Clooney or Madonna. Wild speculation raged. Is this really Jungkook? Or just one of the many Asian entrepreneurs hunting for property? But a small detail adds fuel to the fire of rumors. One high-end real estate agent accidentally revealed that their clients requested a special room in each property for a music studio and a private art gallery. A request that sounds too specific and too closely related to the world of a global artist. And as everyone knows, there is only one Asian artist in his 20s who has the strength, desire, and love for art at such a level: Jungkook. An Italian paparazzi photographer accidentally uploaded a blurry photo of an athletic young man, wearing a black hoodie and face mask, walking out of a villa complex in Portofino. Even though his face was not clearly visible, that silhouette, that gait, that posture for real soldiers, there was not the slightest doubt. It was Jungkook. What makes this story even more disturbing is the fact that this project was not done alone. There have been whispers that Jungkook has forged a secret partnership with one of Europe's largest property conglomerates, a figure whose wealth is hidden behind a network of shadowy companies. A name that even in elite business circles is only whispered in the most closed meetings. If true, this means Jungkook is not merely investing, but building the foundation for a completely independent global dynasty of the South Korean entertainment industry. The consequences? Jungkook's involvement in the real estate world has set off emergency alarms in many large agency offices. An insider at one of the leading agencies admitted, there are real fears. If Jungkook succeeds, other artists will be inspired to break free and build their fortunes outside the traditional system.